How are things? This is Tim here. I hope you are all keeping well. We're working on example number 15 now, and been thinking about this more than I probably should, but I've been kind of encouraged to do more orthographic projection in this course. And what that means is it means we create 2D views, front, top, and side of objects. And this is an isometric view, kind of a 3D view. So hear me out for a second. What I'm going to do for the next couple of weeks is we need to really nail down orthographic projection. And what we're going to do is in each video, I'm going to draw out the front, the top, and the side of this view, and then I'm going to generate the actual 3D model of the part in AutoCAD. It's not going to be an isometric view, it's going to be a real three-dimensional view. Now, some of you, and I hope I'm not trying to confuse you, but some of you probably know this, that instead of, I'm doing that kind of backwards, and in AutoCAD it's possible to draw this in 3D. We create the part in 3D, and what AutoCAD can do is it can actually generate the 2D views, and kind of it defeats the purpose. Well, we're going to do that too. I want us to do it the old-fashioned way, and then I want us to do it the better, the newer, quicker, more efficient way. I want you to make sure that you can generate and understand where orthographic or 2D multi-view drawings come from, if that makes any sense at all. So just, if it doesn't, I would say to you, just trust me. I'm bringing you through it a little bit more on a longer way, but it's for your own understanding, okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to draw this out in AutoCAD first, and we're going to draw it out. So this is going to be the front view coming in that direction. The top view is going to be coming in from this direction, and the side view is going to be coming in from this direction. And the people who are taking my course with me at AACC, I'm going to do 2 videos each week, but I'm also going to give you 2 parts homework, because I kind of have to see how you do this on your own, and then find out where the holes are, and then we can patch them. All right. But we are going to draw this in 3D too, so that is going to be a little bit fun and interesting. So hopefully everyone is doing well, and I'm excited today because Far Cry 6 is coming out at midnight, which looks like a cool game. So I'm in good form. So anyway, now let's have a look. What we're going to do, we're going to go new set sheets, manufacturing Imperial, and here we go. I'm just going to blow my nose here for a sec. Excuse me. And I'm going to go to model, and let's go to layer properties, and let me get a new layer, con 1, and we'll make it yellow, and we make sure that it's selected. And I'm just going to go specify a point 0, 0, and make sure your polar snap is on. Now, I see a Z here. Do you see this Z shape? I'm going to draw that out first, but hold on. Let's come over 61 and up 30. Now, forget this thing that says metric. It doesn't say metric, alright? It does, but we're going to just draw it like it's in inches. So don't worry about that. Now, 61 and up 30. Oh, it's probably over there for miles, isn't it? It's probably all the way over here. There it is. And we can zoom back a little bit. And what did we say? Geez, you know, up 30, right? And let's just turn off this. And if that's up 30, let's bring this up maybe, would we want to do another 30? Maybe 20. big shape, all right? And on the top view, let's just draw this Z. And I'm gonna, so that point there, I'm gonna come over 26. Some of you are probably thinking, you know, and I don't want to go off on a mad tangent, why the hell are we learning to generate orthographic projections when AutoCAD already does it for us? And that wouldn't be a bad, that would be a normal thing to think, but how to generate orthographic projections is kind of like being able to write a sentence in English. Granted, there are programs now that can pretty much write sentences and check everything for us, but you need to know the basics. That's probably a pretty poor analogy, but anyway, that's all you're getting off me today. 20, we're going to come down 20. All right, we've drawn this line. Now we're going to come down 20, and then we're going to come across. And then we come across to there, and then we come down, and we have our Z, starting to get the Z going. And then we come over 45 and up 21. And so what am I doing here if I'm going too fast? I kind of give it its direction, and it's a polar, and then I'm just typing it in the command line, which is with my numerical pad on the right hand side of the keyboard. So there's the Z shape. That's what we would see if we were looking dead on from the front. 2 dimensions. Now, what's next? We have this block here that you're going to see. Now, from that point over, what is that? 26. That's plus 4. Is that 16? Let's just type it in. I'm too tired. 42 minus 24. 42 minus 26. 16. We're going to come over 16 and down 20. And down 20. That's what you'll see. You'll see that block. Now, there is a little cutout here. I'm going to add that later. Okay, am I going to add that? Yeah, I'm going to add that later. And I'm going to pretend like I'm drawing with pencil and paper. We're going to add there's a few details still missing on this view. What's missing? There's a hole going through here that we'd have dash lines, and then there's a cutout that we're going to have dash lines, hidden lines. So there's the front. And look, we're gonna be good drafters, and we're going to type this in. Front view, and I'm going to go to Calibri. Calibri, let's make it a bit bigger. Do we want to make it 1 inch? We'll make it 2 inches in height. Now we're talking. Click away. All right, and then I click on this, Control C, Control V, and we're going to put in the top view. Now, in the US, if you understand this and you live in Mongolia or Ireland or some other place, you lads, you organize your views in a little different way, which I can't remember how to do. But in the United States, front view, top, and the right hand side view or the left hand side view. I'm used to that way now, but you're going to have to figure that out. This is called third angle projection. How you guys do it in the rest of the world, it's called first angle projection. But look, it's not that big of a difference. It's not worth getting stressed out about. Now, I see 30 here. Okay, so we're a bird now looking straight down, and I'm going to do an offset of 30. And what are we going to draw? We're going to draw, I'm going to draw out this shape here. Well, I'm going to draw out all of it. I'm going to draw out a full rectangle because you're going to see a rectangle. And I'm going to come over, look, I'm just going to project these lines up, all right, there, and there. So what does it look like? We come all the way over to there, 42, and then we come down and over like this. So let's see if I can remember that. So, see, no, look, I need to have, what is this? We come down, what, 15? That's okay. From there, we come down 15. And then we'll come over. And then we'll come down like that. And that's that shape. And then here, let's get a hidden layer going. Hidden. Yeah, we're happy with the white color. And line type, load, scroll down to where it says hidden. Let's try that again. Here we go. And we'll draw now a line across like that. Where, why are we drawing a hidden line here? Let's see, can we even, does it even come up? Will you piss off? Hold on a second here. Let's see. There we go. Now, LT scale. I'm going to bump this number up. Lovely job. Up. Let's make it 10. Now we're talking. Right. Now let's have a look here. Hold on. What this line indicates is if we're looking at this front view and we have this, there's a little cave underneath the shape. What this line tells you on the top view that it goes all the way through. So whenever you have some sort of geometry here, there should be some corresponding geometry up here. Okay. This indicates that hidden line tells us that it's underneath. You cannot see it, but it is there. It's inside of the part. It's underneath that top view. Probably confused out of your minds. Because this little, I don't know, what would you call this? A ridge goes all the way across. Now, let's draw the circle in. We're gonna go over 8, and we're gonna draw a diameter 9, and it goes all the way through. So we'll just draw in, come on, a midpoint. We'll come over 8, and I'm just going to draw this in. Now that's 8, and we're going to do D for diameter, N is 9. Is that right? Diameter 9 through. And I'll delete that line because you don't need it anymore. And I'm going to turn on construction. And I'm going to delete a few of these lines. Now, if you saw this view and you saw a circle and you've nothing else, do you know if the circle is drilled all the way through the object, or is it drilled down just a little bit? Maybe it's just drilled down a little bit and it's called a blind hole. Is it a blind hole or a through hole? We need to indicate that on this view, on the front view. So we get our old construction lines. I'm going to lock onto the quadrant. And the center point, like so. And I'm going to get my old hidden layer going, and I'm just going to draw the hidden lines at the quadrant lines. Now we also need a center line here. Let's do this. Let's go to annotate, center mark, and it puts in a lovely center mark. And this center line, I love this. 1, 2, and we need to extend that. Just pull it out a bit. Could we make that line, that center line, blue, a different layer? Yeah, we could, and we could make that a different layer too. But we'll move them over. Now, hold on a second. The right view. We're missing this channel inside both views, but that's all right. Let's go. Let's save our work here. No, not there. Hold on a sec. Desktop. Example 15. Right. Let's turn on the construction layer again, and let's just get rid of those few lines that we don't need. And we're going to put the right view there, top view, and let's go to turn on construction 1, offset, we'll make it 20, and what is it? It's a total 30 inches across, so we'll go 30, like so. And I'm going to copy, Control C, Control V, right view, and I'm going to go back to construction 1, and I'm going to project some lines across. And let's look at the right view. So we're going to have, let's just draw in a rectangle there, and we'll draw in. Let's start with that. Let's get a rectangle. And I know what you're saying, but Tim, that's not a rectangle. We have a little cutout here, which we do. So we're going to come over 10 and up, over 10 and up 5. So how are we going to do that? We'll come over 10, we'll come up 5, we'll come over 10, and we'll come down, and I'll press escape. And I'm just going to delete that little line there that's not doing any harm anyway, but and then I'm going to get trim, press enter, and I'm going to trim that little line there, and now we have our cutout. Now I have, believe it or not, you're going to see that line, you're going to see that line, you're going to see that line, and that line, and this line. This line is going to be behind that line, okay? So I'm going to draw out a rectangle with a line going through the middle of it. Draw that rectangle, and no, let's try that again. And we're going to have a center line going through it because it comes over 15. So it's worth saying this again if anyone's paying attention to me. It's all well and good being a good AutoCAD drafter. I should slap myself every time I say that. AutoCAD drafter. you need to understand where the lines are coming from and why they're there. If you ever get a drafting job or you're doing some engineering and people find out that you don't really know where lines are coming from, you know, it looks bad. I don't know what else to say. So really make sure you know where these lines are coming from. Right. The next thing I'm going to do is I need to show that there's this point here goes all the way across behind the shape, just like we did here. So this point here has a corresponding line over here, and we're just going to show a dashed line coming across. So I switch to my hidden, and I'm going to go from there to there, and that's that guy. And then I also need to show that from this view you don't see the circle, but that circle is there. So we need hidden lines to indicate that the circle is there. Okay, so now hold on, let's look, we'll do that. Now what size is the circle? It's diameter 9. Now I'll show you a trick. Because I went up 20 here, there's 20 inches between that view and there's 20 inches between that view. If the spacing between those views is equal, you can do this trick. I'm going to project a 45-degree line up, and I'll show you. A for angular, 45, like so. And I can project stuff from this over to this 45-degree line and down. Like I'm doing now. And what that does is it gives me the locations of where the circle is. That's a nice little trick. Alright, and then I'm going to get my hidden line. Oh, I know some of you are confused. I'm going to go from there to there and there to there. Let's turn off the construction layer for a second. And that tells you that there's a circle there that goes all the way through. It goes all the way through, and it goes from that face to that face. Now, we have this cutout here, but there should be a dash line all the way across. Now let's see if I can draw that without getting the... Look at this, are you watching? Look at that, beautiful. I don't even need to get a construction line going. And that goes all the way across. Now, I'm going to get rid of those two lines. And I'm going to get rid of these two lines. And I'm going to do the same trick again. And I'm going to bring it from that point up. And that, whoops. I'm pressing Control Z now. I'll press Escape, Control Z. And it's these 2 points here. So you need to really make sure your snaps are working. Your object snaps are working. Now, the hidden line goes from here to here on this view. So we come up, hidden, and I'm going to go from there to there. Press Escape to get out of your command, there to there, press Escape, turn off the construction layer. Top view, front view, right view. Let's see if we can... Yep. Let's bring that down and line it up. Is there anything else we're missing? slot through. That tells me that it's going all the way through. And so now we have this. I'll save that. I'll get a cup of coffee and I'll be back in a second. Right, I'm back. Right, what I'm going to do now is let's create some dimensions, put some dimensions on this, then do the 3D view, then do the drawing. Okay, so I'm gonna try and do a nice drawing today. I always get lazy at the end. It's the last thing I do. So let's create a layer called Dimen1, and look, we'll make it a green, and we're going to make this continuous, like so. Now, dimension. They're going to be too small, tiny little dimensions. All right, we're going to go in here and modify this. We'll get rid of this precision. We don't need that level of precision. Scale factor. I'm going to make this 6 and just see what happens. Nothing. It didn't even change the... Let's try that again. Modify. Precision. Scale factor. If I make this 10, nothing. It did change the precision. All right. I think that scale factor is in relation to the dimension size. So if I go text and I go text height, and we make this 2. Oh God, no. It's embarrassing. Lines. No, we don't want that. Text height, fit, scale. Okay, here we go. This is the boy we want right here. Let's make this 6. Now we're talking, and it scales everything. That's still a bit small. So where was that? That was fit. Scale for dimension features. Let's make this 10. Perfect. And now we can just put these in. Now, why does that say 610? 300. Yeah, it's scaled. Okay, let's go back and go modify and scale. Is it this scale factor? Let's leave this to be 1. Ah, jeepers. What it's doing is it's scaling the dimensions. Okay. Measurement scale is 1. Fit. Scale for dimension features. If I make this 20 and I go OK, it changed the size there. Okay. I don't know why that didn't update. Look, this is good. You know, my brain is saying you should delete this and redo this, but it's not. I'm going to leave it in there. So let's go back. This changes the size of the dimensions. This changes the actual numbers of dimensions. You can scale the dimension numbers based on this. What does it say? It says it is recommended you do not change this value from the default value of 1. For example, if you enter 2, the dimension for a 1-inch line is displayed as 2 inches. Nah, you don't want to be messing around with that. So that's better now. 61. Now let's do one last thing. Let's just get rid of this precision. Now, okay, that's that. Nine. The bigger dimensions go to the outside. I don't know, I hope I say this enough, but look, take your time and make sure your drawings look good. You could be a great writer and you could be coming up with really good ideas, but if your sentence structure and your grammar is poor, and I can't talk now in fairness, you won't be taken seriously. It's the same with drawings. You could have a great design and everything could work out really well, but if the drawing looks poor, you're going to be judged on that. And you'll be given some other job, probably. Now, that's just the way it is. Look, I shouldn't say this, but I'm going to say it. I think it's a very, very good skill to have, and that you can use AutoCAD. I don't know if I'd want to be doing it day in, day out. There's definitely worse jobs, but I think if I was sitting at a computer day in and day out, I'd go a little batty, to be quite honest with you. Which, if I haven't already, but well, sometimes you don't have a choice. Sometimes you just need a job. Let's be real about it. So I'll stop talking shite and let's keep going. Am I missing any other dimensions? We need this from there straight. Eight. Leave the 10, the 9. We could probably use this entire height. The big dimension goes on the outside. Having this dimension here is not going to hurt anyone. That goes all the way through. We got the 5, we got the 10, we got that. This dimension wouldn't hurt anyone either. I'd like to move this extension line out of the object like that. Now I think that's everything. Let's save that, and you're going to see what a disaster I am at 3D modeling in AutoCAD, but let's do it. We've saved that. My brain is saying I see a Z here, a Z shape. I feel like we should draw that, which we already have, and we should extrude it 30. So I'm going to draw the 2D I'm going to leave here, and I'm going to draw the 3 dimensions up here. And you come in here, and I'm going to start with 3D basics. And if that doesn't work, I'm going to go into 3D modeling. I can't remember which one is which. And all of this changes. I'm going to, let's create a new property. Let's create a new one, a new layer. We'll just call it 3D, and we'll make it white. And I'm going to turn off the dimension lines just for a bit. Turn that layer off, and I'm going to go back to 0. No, I'm going to go to 3D, and I'm going to copy this, that Z there, because we already have it. I'm just going to move it over here somewhere, anywhere around there, and I'm going to delete these lines here, and I'm going to even delete this, and I have my shape now. Let me have a little drink of this here. Before we get into anything serious. Now, this is my region or my sketch. If I go to extrude, just here, hold your horses. I want to look at something here. I'm going to hit extrude and I'm going to highlight all of this. And I'm going to press enter. And I'm pressing enter and I'm going to hold down my shift key and I'm going to, oh, that was fast there right now. And you probably can't see this, but Y, X, and Z, I'm in 3D mode now. And I'm going to lift this up. And I'm just going to click anywhere. And now what am I doing? I'm holding down the shift key and I'm zooming, I'm holding down the middle mouse rollery thingy. And I can spin around. If I want to get back to where I was, I can just hit top here. And now I'm looking at that. I'm gonna revolve this a little bit and zoom out. I'm using the middle roller ball. Okay. Hopefully you have something that looks something like this. And I'm going to go where it says layer properties on the right hand side, and I'm going to go conceptual. And I want you to look at it. And then I'm going to go hidden. And I want you to have a look at all of these. Shaded. Shaded with edges. Sketchy. Look at that. That's fantastic, isn't it? Cool. We're going to just leave this on conceptual at the moment. Now, I made a mistake and I did it on purpose, but I'm looking for another button here. Now, what's happening here is it did extrude. It basically extruded all the lines, but I can drive right through this. There's a big massive hole going in my part. I needed to make a region. What I want is I want this to be a solid object. What we're doing is we're just extruding the walls. We don't want that. Now, I don't know this AutoCAD. I'm going to press Control Z. And I'm going to undo all of this. And I'm going to revolve this. So there we go. It's there, okay? And I'm going to go top. And I'm going to zoom into this and I'm going to type in region. And I'm going to select all the objects and I'm going to press enter. And if I go to conceptual, yeah, what it's done now is it's made a region. What the hell is a region? If I go F1, let's type in region and say, what does it says? Regions are 2D areas that you create from closed planar loops of objects. You can also create a region with the boundary command. Where maybe that's a new one that they use. Is it that one there? No, planar. Which one is it? Boundary. Is that my phone going off? Anyway, I don't mean to confuse you, and I think I am. So number one, you create a region of your object, and then we extrude. I click inside the region, and I press enter, and I can lift this. How much do we want to extrude this by? We want to extrude it by 30. And can I just type in 30? Beautiful. And now we have a 3D view. All right. I'm just okay. Just hold on. I want to revolve this and it's stopping me from it. I'm revolving this and it stops. And I know how to get around that. If I right click, how can I give me 1 second. I'm going to pause this and I'm going to figure this out. Yeah, so I did some searching, and let me just show you what's happening. I'm holding down. Let's hit top, and I'm holding down the shift key, and I can revolve this, and I can keep revolving it. I wanted to keep rotating. I wanted to keep rotating. It won't let me do it. You can get around that by just going into free orbit, and you can move this around. And I cannot seem to figure it out. But what I'm going to do is let's go back to top. Like so. And what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to revolve the object itself. So I click on the object, and I'm going to go, oh man, where? I want to rotate that bad boy. Where is it? Home, create, edit, fillet, smooth. Now we don't want any of these. Draw, move, rotate. Good boy. I'm going to click this object and press enter, and we'll call this the base point, and it wants to spin it around in that direction. We don't want that. We want to flip it. Now if I type in 3D revolve, 3D rotate, and I go here and I press enter, oh look at this. I'm going to grab the red, and I'm going to spin this until it locks in there. And now that's a bit better. I can work with that a little bit. I know your heads are probably melted. Okay. We're going to draw this little rectangle and extrude it up. So I'm going to get a line. No, let's get a we'll have to get a line then. Right here. How far am I coming out? I can't remember. It was how much was it? 16, wasn't it? 16, yeah. 16 over 15 and back. So make sure it locks into that polar 16. And I know that's hard. Maybe we turn on the wireframe. It wants us to start it again. Align that point over 16. Snap into that polar 20. That doesn't seem right. 15. 15 here. Let's try it again. $15 and then back. Now, can you see my little square there? Let's get region. Let's type in region here. Now, can I select that, and that? No, it doesn't like it. I'm going to probably have to draw from there, and now we have that region. Let's try it again. 1, 2, 3, 4, and I have a region now. And if I go to shades of grey, look at that. Now if I go press pull and I click in the region and I drag this up and I click on that center line, that midpoint line, it brings this up, and we're starting to look good here. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm holding down the shift key, and I'm going to come over 10. I have to redraw all of this, but it's all right. Align. Make sure you kind of we want to be on that face there. We're going to come over 10. We're going to come up 5. We're going to come over 10. We're going to come down, and it doesn't seem to want to lock on there. What happens if I just keep driving it and drive past it, and then I'm going to go from here, whoops, to there, and I will trim. Can I trim this? TRIM in the command line. Press enter. Beautiful. And region. I'm going to select. Can I do this? What happens if I highlight? No. Let's go back to wireframe. Oh, look at that. And I'm going to go from that point there all the way down. Okay. Region. Enter. Press pull. Let's turn on the shades of grey. Is there a region there? I think there is. Is there? I hope so. Press pull. Yeah, now we're in business. I'm going to drive this back. I'm going to press enter. And it didn't like it. Did it? How did that know to just take that away? Now if I delete that region, oh look at that. That's what that press pull, I didn't know it subtracted. So it did subtract itself from that object. What I could have done, I'll show you, is let's undo all of that. Okay, it's still there. I'll go extrude. I'm going to extrude that off there like so, and I have an extra volume. I'm going to subtract this. Maybe do I have to select both of them? Do I have to select them all? Let's try it again. Select objects, press enter. Select objects, press enter. So you select one and then you select the other, and it subtracts one object from another one. Alright? Let's highlight over it. Select the objects that you want to keep, press enter. Then select the objects that you want to subtract, press enter, and you're going to be left with what we just did. Now, the next thing, let's draw a line from there over 8, wasn't it? And then we get our circle. Because I kind of, it knows that I want to draw on this surface, on that face, and it gives it to me planar to the say. I don't even know if that's really the right word, but anyway, planar, is that the right? It's on the plane. Enter. I'm drawing a circle of 9. I'm going to delete that little line. Let's try the push-pull. And I didn't need to do a region there now. Let's see, does it work? Press enter. No. Let's see if I go subtract. Look at that. That's my boy right there. Is that the 3D object? Yep. Close enough anyway. Now, let's save the work. In every one of my class, I want you to do both of these. You're going to create that first, then you're going to create this. We're going to go to ANSI title block. And I've noticed that nearly every single one of you, your title blocks look rough. And we're gonna have a bit of pride in our work. And so I'm going to show you how to bring in a logo. All right. AACC logo. images, and I'm just going to click this one here, save image as, and I'm going to put it in AutoCAD videos, and I'm going to go insert, attach. You got to keep this file now in the same place. You can't go moving it around. It's going to get grumpy if you get rid of it. So let's put the logo in here like so. If I click on the block and I go, I want to explode the block. I go home. Let's get out of here. We're done with the 3D madness. Let's go back to drafting and annotation. Where could I put this block? I'm going to click the block and I'm going to go remove clipping. Is that what I wanted to do? How do I get rid of this damn? You probably have to put that on a, can I put that on a layer and turn the layer off maybe? But anyway, look, I'm going to go to explode, which is that button there. I'm going to press enter. Oof, no, let's not do that. I want to get rid of that line without destroying the block. Let's see if we can do this. Hold on. Right click, edit block in place. Okay. I'm going to click that line and get rid of that line. And then I'm going to right click, close ref edit session. Save reference edits. And now she's happy. Can I move this down? Okay. Drawn. Check. Drawn. Contract number. We'll go 101. Apply. User. Let's go Tim C. Apply, and let's have a look. What do we need? We need the file name, the contract, when it was drawn, the drawing number. It needs a title, really, is what it needs. Let's go here, value, exercise 15. Exercise 15. Can we bring the logo in? Can I move this? File name is example 15. Maybe I need to edit block in place. I'm going to go OK. I'm going to delete that sheet name. Right click, close ref, save reference edits. OK. And it's still there. I'm editing a block. We have talked about blocks. Edit block in place. Okay. I'm going to delete that exercise. Why won't that? One is on a locked layer. I'm losing hope here. Alright, what are we going to do here with this? We'll just put that up there for the time being. Oof. Maybe I could put this up here and it's out of the way. Yeah, that's what I could do. Oh, yeah, man. No, that looks crap. Come on now. Oof. That's a pain. How do I turn that off? Okay, look, we'll create a layer called turn off, and I'll click on this. I'll move this over to turn off. No, not title block. And I'll turn that off, and it removes the whole bloody thing. Yeah, if anyone can figure out how you can get rid of that bloody box around it, I'd be happy. We'll just move it up here out of the way and just put it in its own box, stupid thing. Let's bring this down. Exercise 15. Now check issued, drawn, that's just the date, file name, drawing number, approved, issued, drawn. Let's do this. Can I double click on that? Check date. Author. Exercise 15. Drawn by TC. Not a pain, isn't it? You're making a mockery of me here. No, we do not want that. Look, there's an awful lot of different ways we can do this. We can just add a text box. I'm going to have to learn how to do proper title block, a smart title block. I just keep kind of, what's the right word, blagging my way through it. Exercise 15, drawn by TC. We have the logo there. Save our work. We're going to layout. We're going to go to a rectangular viewport. I'm going to draw a box here and a box around here, just like that. Now we are in, I'm going to press escape a few times. We're in paper space. I'm going to go home. I'm going to turn on the dimension lines. I'm going to double click on this. I'm going to hit top, and I'm just going to zoom in here like so. I want to zoom in just a little bit more. Zoom real time. You've seen me do this. Just gives me a little bit more. And then I'm going to press enter. And I'm going to hit model here to get me back into paper space. Now, do you see this box, this bounding box? If I right click on that, can I get rid of that? Remove viewport, no. Shade plot, no. I'm going to click on that, and I'm going to bring that into turn off. And I'm going to go to turn off, and it just gets rid of that outer box. Now, if I double click on this, I can move that up just a little bit more and get out. Now here, even though the line type is good there, for some reason it's bollocksed in this one. So let's go LT scale, and let's go maybe make it 5. Is that better? I don't know. Let's make it 1. Perfect. I'm going to do another rectangular viewport, and I'm just going to put that up here. And I'm going to double click in here, and I'm in model. I'm going to zoom in here, and I'm going to hit my shift key. And that's perfect. And what I want here is, I want this to be, I don't want it to be shades of gray. I want that to be sketchy, fancy, or whatever one you want. X-ray, we could even give it a color if we wanted, but I like sketchy. Oh, too much. That's awesome. I like that. Press model, and that's it. I don't even mind having that box there, but look, if you wanted it, we can click on the box and we can go to turn off, move it to turn off. Now, if I open up turn off and I click on this guy, I'm going to move him back to the 0 layer. And then I'm going to go back and turn off. What I could do is we could move this. If I double click on that, no. That's what I'm talking about. Made in America. Whoops. Telling you. Oh, that's the look. Let's move this up a little bit more. I want you to work on your drawings. You're getting a bit sloppy with the drawings. I have to be honest about it. You got to show a bit more pride. I'm happy with that. I'm going to save this, and that's it. That's example number 15. All right, I'll see you in the next lesson.